this person hit me up and said, hey, will you do a corporate gig? Now, if you're going to ask Chris D'Elia to do a corporate gig, the answer immediately, no. Why? Because corporate gigs are notoriously horrible. They're worse than college gigs, okay? Because corporate gigs are a bunch of 60-year-old men that are just sitting in a banquet hall somewhere that happens to be in a fucking Hyatt Regency or a Radisson Inn, and 9 60-year-old men come up and try and give inspirational speeches about how they came up in whatever business has to do with this corporate gig, and it's emotional or it's very bad, and then there's like a life coach, and then they say, oh yeah, by the way, here's a comedian that you probably don't know about because we aren't in his demo. Chris D'Elia? And they give you the microphone, and you're like, so, what's the difference between men and women? You ever go to fucking Home Depot, and it's like, what? And these 6-year-old men are like, bring on Paul Reiser, though. So it's an eat shit-a-thon. So I wanted to say no, but then I'm like, you know what? What is this company? I asked what the company was. It's a company called Sphere Rocket. Now, obviously, that's a fake company because that's not a real name, but that was the name they went with, and I bought it and whatever. And I said to Kristen, hey, I'll do this gig if you come with me, and Calvin can come. I want to buy him a cowboy hat. And she was like, I would love to go to Texas. So I say, it's on, motherfucker. So I said yes. They said, what are your stipulations? I give them a bunch of stipulations, and then they said yes, and so I said okay. So I say, prepared. This is going to be fucking awful. I said, can I bring somebody to fucking wet the room up for me, you know? So Mike Lenoci came, wet the room up for me. I say, he going to do 10 minutes, you know? They had a guy try and stand up for the first time ever, and then Mike Lenoci, and then me. So So we get there, and they're like, hi, welcome, here's the green room. The green room is not a green room. The green room is just a room that fucking happens to be there. And they're like, we have your club soda. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. I actually said I wanted club soda. This is hilarious. Like, I don't even have a rider. People was like, what's your rider? I'm like, I don't know, man. What do you think I am, Cat Williams? Green M&Ms and don't look at me. You know, I just, water. And so, if you make club soda, and if you make eye contact with me more than 6 seconds, I shit my pants and you have to clean it up. Deal? Sign on the bottom line. So, so we get there, and it looks fine. You know, they're talking. There's a life coach talking, and then another comedian that's trying to do stand-up, and it's, you know, it's going about as well as you'd think. It's the first time you ever tried doing stand-up. But I can't tell how good the fucking audience is because this guy's on stage for the first time ever, right? And I don't know how to gauge the audience. There's about 300 people, 400 people there. So I say, all right, Mike, go ahead and try not to do too much crowd work because I might have to fucking do it, right? Like, a lot of you guys may not know this, but as a comedian, like, last resort in a corporate gig, in a company, they really want you to roast them, right? So that'll be my backup plan because I'm supposed to do 45 fucking minutes. And I can't roast them for 45 fucking minutes, right? So I'm going to start with material. If that doesn't go well, then I'm just going to have to roast them. So I tell Mike, dude, do 10 minutes, but don't do too much crowd work because you might have to leave that for me. I'm going to be out there in a sea of people that don't know who the fuck I am, or maybe they do. Right? But this is the shit that's going on through my mind. So Mike goes out there and starts crushing, okay? He starts doing some crowd work, which is fine, and it's going really well. And then he starts doing his material, and he's doing his, like, edgy stuff, and it's crushing. So I'm like, okay, good. At least they're gettable. But also, what if they just like Mike? What if I'm out there, he's doing 10 minutes, he knows he's doing 10 minutes, he's got the confidence of, hey, I'm Mr. 10-minute guy, here's my whole hot load for 10 minutes. And then your boy's got to go up, the Mr. Hollywood, oh, professional, let's see what you got, dude, for 45 minutes. So I'm like, fuck, and now I'm feeling it. And yeah, I just did the Creek in the Cave, and yeah, I just did the Vulcan gas company. And yeah, your boy crushed a lot, but this is a different story. And corporate gigs absolutely are, they're terrible. So I get out there and I'm like, I'm going to do material. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to do my material. Mike wet up the stage just like he should have, like a professional. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to fucking just do my material and it's going to be smooth sailing. So I get out there and the first thing I do is I say, hey guys, how you doing? Hey, look at this guy. What's up with this guy? Boom, I'm in crowd work already. So I'm fucked, baby. He immediately succumbs to the pressure. Yes, dude. He immediately wants to take him down to Crushville. Yes, he's insecure. He's going up, I'm going to do this, got my whole set list ironed out in my head. Goes up and says, hey, guy, what's your name? Yes, insecurity peeks through the veil. He wanted to crush so soon. He wanted to get through the set so soon. He thought that maybe that he was going to get up and do some crowd work, and then he thought that maybe he could ease his way into some material so soon. He absolutely went up with a plan, but then life smacked him in the face. But he's a professional, right? So he's breathing within himself. And he's telling everyone about this new guy that he's talking about, doing crowd work. And he just starts leveling the place. Now, you know me, I don't mince words, but he just starts ordering a roof for this place because this one's getting blown off. Now, you know I don't mince words. I like to be honest, and I like to keep shit subtle, but he just starts praying for the third floor because they're gonna fucking crush their spines when they fall through the roof of this banquet hall, which happens to be on the second floor. So I make fun of this, and I got a lot, and I notice Mike Lenoci, like a motherfucking homie, is out there getting it on camera. He's getting a lot of it on camera, and your boy did. So now I do 10 minutes of crowd work, and then I'm like, let me just test the waters on this material. Let me just test the waters, okay? I test the waters. Water's freezing cold. I test the water. Water's freezing cold. Was crushing with the crowd work. Go back to some material. Water's freezing cold. So I go, okay, maybe let me check the water a little later. Get back to some fucking crowd work. And now I got to start praying for the people on the third floor again. And I'm not religious. I hope I'm doing a good job, but I'm not religious. But this roof's going to give out. Hey crowd, do you have on your fire retardant suits? Then it's going to be a doozy. So I do 20 minutes more of crowd work. I'm on stage for 30 minutes. I start to dip into some material. Water's freezing cold. And I'm not bombing material, but it's just not what they want. So I get up to 45 minutes. And I've probably done 4 minutes of material. If that, I would say I did 41 minutes of roasting this audience, and they're loving it, okay? And I finally say, well, guys, it's about time to wrap it up. And the CEO stands up from the back of the room and says, hey, Chris. And I say, yeah? And he says, He says, got a message for you. And I go, uh-oh. And the person who put the show together walks up slowly to the room. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? She walks right up to the stage and goes like this. And I'm like, okay, I guess she wants the microphone. So I give it to her. And she says, the CEO of the company would like to offer you. And then she says, a sum of money to do 15 extra minutes Would you accept? And I grabbed the microphone and I said, well, I guess I'm a hooker today. So I did it, and they put a timer on for the 15 extra minutes, and the timer counted down. Boy, did I feel like a fucking hooker. But isn't that everyone doing a job, you know? You're just doing it for that stack, aren't you? And it was fun, and I got off stage, bro. By the way, the entrepreneur, the guy the whole company was hilarious, man, and I made fun of it. I roasted everybody, but dude, there was a guy on, the fucking CEO of the company was 24 years old, and he had a fucking shirt on that said entrepreneur, alien secretly trying to take over the world. It was unbelievable, dude. So I have a lot of this set. I don't have all of this set, but I have a lot of it. I'm thinking of uploading it to the More Chris D'Elia channel on YouTube. I don't know if I should because it's from far away or not, but if you leave a comment, and if this gets enough comments under this video saying we want to see the crowd work video for me at this corporation Sphere Rocket, then I'll think about uploading it.